हो ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु, हो ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु, बाबा ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु। एक पिता के हम सब लड़के धरती हमरे माता, एक पिता के हम सब लड़के धरती हमरे माता। उत्तम कबीरा संगन साथी काला दंग बजाया, हो ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु, हो ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु, बाबा ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु। सत्संग के गंगा बहे है कोमल जिसके धारा, सत्संग के गंगा बहे है कोमल जिसके धारा। करिया स्नान विमल कर काया, पापी निपार कराया, हो ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु, हो ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु, बाबा ज्योति जन्म गवाया साधु। सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई, सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई। मेरा राम तेरा नाम एक सादा तू जान कोई। ओझल तन पर मान किया, ओझल तन पर मान किया, मन की मैल न धोई, सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई। मेरा राम तेरा नाम एक साजा, दूजा न कोई, सुख के सब साथी दुख में न कोई। काम क्रोध और लोभ की माया जगत ने आया, जब जब राम ने जन्म लिया तब तब पाया बनवास, तब तब पाया बनवास। काम क्रोध और लोभ के माया जगत ने आया राम, जब जब राम ने जन्म लिया तब तब पाया बनवास, तब तब पाया बनवास।
जय श्री राम। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपितजम्बू फलसारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। हरि ओम। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। कपालिनी करुणा सागरी काली कपालिनी जगदोधारिणी माँ अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ सब गए
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ
करुणा सागरी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ करुणा सागरी माँ काली कपालिनी माँ जगदोधारिणी माँ जगदोधारिणी माँ अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
अम्बा दुर्गे जय जय माँ
दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ
दुर्गे दुर्गे जय जय माँ
दुर्गे जय जय माँ
दुर्गे जय जय माँ
काली दुर्गे जय जय माँ
दुर्गे
जय जय माँ बोल जगदम्बा माता की जय Tejal is here somewhere. Tejal will give a talk now to us. Tejal is the daughter of Glenn, who is our Nipun. Ah, Glenn is here. Nipun. Somebody have to. Ah.
Hari Om everyone.
How do you?
Today I'll be reading a speech entitled How Does the Five Elements, Space, Air, Fire, Water and Earth relate to the human body? The deeper you go into something, the less you see, but the more there is. The human body was built in that there is more than what meets the eye. The five elements, fire, air, space, water, and earth, are the basic building blocks of the universe. They are not only the source, but are the substratum of all beings. The scriptures in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita awaken our curiosity and the desire to provide some proof behind what is being said. We can only attempt to read, reflect, and digest the conversation between Arjuna and Bhagavan Sri Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra in the scriptural literature. I intend to delve and dissect each element in order to create a comprehensive link between the human body and the five elements of existence. To commence, the water element is the foundation of life itself. Our existential development occurred over a period of 9 months. We were enveloped by our mother's wombs, which were filled with water like a joey, which is a baby kangaroo, hidden away in its mother's pocket. Therefore, before we even took our first breath outside of the womb, we were bounded to water. Further studies have shown that this body, pure skin at the surface of it all, is composed of 72% of water. We thrive at our best when our thirst is quenched and feel rejuvenated when we take a shower. The human body can survive months without food, but can only live up to 4 days without water. Furthermore, at our worst, we shed tears of sorrow, and during ecstatic moments, we weep tears of joy. Finally, When bodies are cremated, the ashes are dispersed in the ocean, similar to a drop of water becoming one with the infinite sea. Where does this water enabling us to express our emotions stem from? How are we able to view skin in our peripheral without the transparency of water? According to the Gita, one sees this as a wonder, another hears of this as a wonder, yet having heard, none understands it at all. Secondly, the element of fire exists not only as energy, but on a deeper metaphorical sense. Certainly, fire and energy can be used interchangeably on a scientific basis. However, in my opinion, the scriptures are neither referring to the creation of energy via macro and micronutrients, nor are they referring to atoms and their associated levels of energy. Simply put, this element relates to the jiva within us. The Gita refers to this as a spark that ignites liveliness, bliss, charisma, and radiance like 1,000 suns that defines our character and pushes us beyond our limits. Swami Chinmayananda once said, "The joy arising in our bosom is the swarupa of the flute bearer of Vrindavan." Thus, fire creates the aforementioned arousal in our bodies. Just as this spark can be ignited, it can be easily burnt out in the form of death. There is a contentious conversation involving the soul leaving the body or the body leaving the soul. The Gita enlightens us that upon the time of death, the body is dropped. Just as a man casts off his worn-out clothes and puts on new ones, so does the embodied self, the jiva, cast off old bodies and enters new ones. Therefore, this human body is lifeless without the fire element, and that the jiva continues to enter new bodies. Therefore, he is not killed when the body is killed. Nevertheless, this cycle can be broken once the individual has lived in essence the Hindu way of life, which involves remembering the Lord during the pleasant and unpleasant. For then, he is able to attain moksha upon the time of death. Thirdly, the element of air allows us to sustain life. In Hinduism, performing yoga allows us to maintain self-control and intent on Bhagavan solely. While meditating, we focus on equalizing the outgoing and incoming breath moving within our nostrils. Without this ability, we will cease to exist. Scientifically proven, the body contains over 65% of oxygen. However, from a Hindu's perspective, Bhagavan and air are synonymous. No matter where we are, we can perform inhalation and exhalation, thus suggesting that Bhagavan is here, there, and everywhere. As Sri Krishna said, "The mighty wind moving everywhere rests always in space, and even so, you, all beings, rest in me." The human body is intertwined with the earth element in that the body is made up of 14% of this. Every meal that we eat stems from the earth. We digest the soil's elements when we consume fruits and vegetables that grow in the dirt. Even if we consume meat as part of the food chain, these animals thrive best by consuming grass and other plants. In ancient times, humans only walked on grass barefooted, as it was known as the earth that contained energy that flowed through our body systems. This was described as earthing. This cosmic energy prevented people from being ill, connected the body to the earth on a natural level, and to release the mind from all negative thoughts. Just as Krishna enjoyed serenading himself under the Kandamba tree in order to embrace his surroundings, so did humans in their environment. Lastly, the space element represents our existence and unification on this planet. The Gita teaches us the importance of attaining peace by abandoning the power of egocentrism. Brahman regards all his devotees as a cluster of gems strung onto him. As such, there is no I-ness or minus. Certainly, the human body occupies a space within a household, city, country, and ultimately the world. But the jiva exists in an unmanifested manner, since it cannot be tested against the five senses. Thus, weapons cleave it not, fire burns it not, water moistens it not, and wind dries it not. The jiva is neither manifested nor is it dissolved. It is imperishable, just like God himself. We know that he exists by the faith and devote that we place in him through the yoga of action and knowledge. Heart-wrenchingly, we live in a universe where 99.99% of the population lives in a bubble of ego and attachment. According to the Gita, it is impossible for anything to exist separately in the universe. We must see ourselves as a drop of water to the ocean, or a reservoir of water in a place that is flooded everywhere, where no distinction exists. He is everywhere and sees everything in him. He never gets separated from the Lord. We must acknowledge that. In conclusion, there are two prakritis which are at the womb of all beings. The lower prakriti, which is made up of the 5 elements, and the higher prakriti, which is the earth element or the life element itself. However, he is known to be the source of it all. Having analyzed each element in relation to the human body, we continue to broaden our mindset. These scriptures of Vedanta have been in circulation over multiple years, and we aim to apply lessons of the Upanishads in our attached and fearful lives. Knowing him in the form of the 3 gunas, Adhibhuta, the world of objects, Adhideva, the sense organs, and Adhiyajña, sacrifice. Upon death, the jiva ceases to exist and enter new bodies and becomes one with Brahman. Thank you. Hari Om.
Very good. See, new generation moving on to new things. Wonderful. All right. Thank you, Teja. The more of that we can have, the better. This is one rare bhajan. I actually haven't seen any other after that. It's a bhajan on Sitaji. Sita also is Devi for us. And we speak about Sitaji all the time, but we don't have bhajans on Sitaji. Specifically on Sitaji. Her name comes here and there. Let us see. Mithilesha Kumari. Because her father, King Janak, was the king of Mithila Desh. Mithila is the name of the place. And so she's called as Mithilesh Kumari, the daughter of the king of Mithila. Jaya Mithilesh Kumari, Kumari. Jaya Mithilesh. लघु भ्राता चरण भयहारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी जय मिथिलेश महालक्ष्मी तू ब्रह्माणी तू महालक्ष्मी तू ही पार्वती सब जग जानी तू ही पार्वती सब जग जानी परम पवित्री माता भवानी परम पवित्री माता भवानी कुरु करुणा भयहारी कुरु करुणा भयहारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी जय मिथिलेश कुमारी। बोले जगदम्बा माता की जय।
हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे
पाही शारदे
वीणा विनोदिनी
हाँ, क्या बात?
शारदे
वीणा विनोदिनी शारदे
हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे वीणा विनोदिनी शारदे वीणा विनोदिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी भावराग विनोदिनी भावराग विनोदिनी लयताल बोधिनी शारदे वेदवाहिनी शुभ प्रदायिनी विद्यादायिनी शारदे वेदवाहिनी शुभ प्रदायिनी विद्यादायिनी शारदे जयति जयति ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी जयति जयति मोक्ष प्रदायिनी जयति जयति वेद विनाशिनी जयति जयति मां जयति जयति ब्रह्म स्वरूपिणी जयति जयति मोक्ष प्रदायिनी जयति जयति वेद विनाशिनी जयति जयति मां हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी वीणा विनोदिनी शारदे वीणा विनोदिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी दायिनी वेदवाहिनी शुभप्रदायिनी हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे वीणा विनोदिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे हंसवाहिनी शारदे
Saraswati Mata ki jai. All right, if you are joining us tonight for the first time, we are seeing the Ganga Stotram. Ganga is also manifestation of that Bhagavati Devi. We will chant from verse number 9 to 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Those of you who have that sheet in front of you, you will find it there. Rogam shokam tapam papam Rogam shokam har me bhagavati kumati kalapam Tribhuvan sare Vasudhahare Tvamasi gatir mama khalu sansare Alakanande Paramanande Guru Karunamai Katarvandye Guru Karunamai Katarvandye Tavat nikate Yes Tribhuvan sare Vasudhahare Tribhuvan sare Vasudhahare Tvamasi gatir mama khalu sansare Tvamasi gatir mama khalu sansare Alakanande Paramanande Alakanande Guru Karunamayi Katarvandye Tavatat nikate Yasya nivasah Khalu Vaikunte Tasya nivasah Khalu Vaikunte Tasya nivasah Varamihanire Tamattuminah Kim Vatire Sharatakshinaha Athva Shvapacho Malino Dinaha Tava nahi dure Nripati Kulinaha Punye Dhanye satyam patati naroya sajayati satyam jaya jaya Gange jaya har Gange 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 Bole Ganga Maiya ki jai. So number 10 we finished. Varamiha nire kamato minaha kimvati reksharatakshinaha. From there we have to see today, isn't it? Finish? 10 finish. 10 is tavatata nikate yasya nivasaha khaluvai kunte tasya nivasaha. Right. So varamiha nire kamato minaha. Please remember, what are we studying? We are studying the reality in its manifested aspect, which is this whole universe. And the reality is infinite. And the manifested universe is how big? How big this world goes on? Well, this world goes on infinitely, isn't it? If you could go out and fly out. You see, now they are sending all these spaceship and all to Mars, and they're sending probes everywhere. Well, they cannot even come out from our own solar system, but to talk about the Milky Way. And then there are so many countless Milky Ways. So this universe goes on infinitely. Infinitely. So we are studying the infinite manifested reality. And Brahman, Paramatman, the absolute reality, is unmanifest. It cannot be seen with the eyes and all, but the manifested reality is right here in front of us. And Tulsi Dasji, right? This is Tulsi. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Aguna saguna Brahma Sarupa Akath Agad Anadi Anupa Aguna Saguna Dui Brahma Sarupa Shyamara Ramachandra ki jai. Tulsidaji said that the reality has two aspects. One is called as aguna and the other is called as saguna. Aguna is what long ago people used to call as nirguna. Aguna, nirguna is one and same. So people say nirguna, but Tulsidaji writes aguna. Same meaning. Huh? So reality has two aspects. In its first aspect, it is without attributes, traits, qualities. It's called nirgun Brahma. That's what we call it aguna or nirguna. And the second aspect is with attributes, traits, qualities. This is what we see as this whole universe. All perceivable and knowable things, objectified things. They call it Saguna Brahma. So, this Devi is the Saguna Brahma and the Brahman is Nirguna Brahma without qualities. This Devi we are worshipping, the Lord, the manifested reality in front of our eyes. And I tell you, if you study any one little part of this universe, any one little part, you will be amazed. Therefore, it says, Tava jala mahima nigame khyataha. Naham jane tava mahimanam. We don't know. We could never figure out the greatness and glory of this Devi. So here, Devi is being worshipped as Ganga. So now, it says, so this is what we are studying, for those of you who are not here. We are studying the Devi aspect of the reality, or the feminine aspect of reality, which is one and same with the reality. Like how? Like clay and pot. You may give two names. This is pot. You see, you go to buy a clay pot, right? So you don't go to the store and tell the man, I come to buy some clay. You go and tell? I come to buy some clay. You say, I come to buy some pot. Yeah, I come to buy a pot. But when you buy the pot, you're actually buying pot or buying clay? Well, you're buying clay, isn't it? But you never go and say, I come to buy clay. The kalsa, like the kalsa, kalash. When you go when you have to do puja, now these days everybody buying. The store and them don't have enough. So you don't go and say, I come to buy some clay. You say, I come to buy a pot, kalash. But you're really buying clay only. Because pot and clay, they are one and same. The same way, the manifested universe and the unmanifest Paramatma, Brahman, they are one and same. Just like this. Same way. So that is what we are studying, the manifested aspect of the same reality, not two things, one thing only. So now, this line is a very nice line. Varamiha nire kamatho mina. Kamatha means a total. Total in Trinidad, a long time, we never know the word total in the village, you know. We used to call Morocco. Huh? People still say that? Morocco. I don't know what kind of word is that. See, Pradeep is the youngest here. You ever hear that word? Yeah. Me hear. You don't use that word. But in the village, everybody says say Morocco. We have so many words that we change nowadays, we can't say it. Like breadfruit, we used to say pemois. Pemois. You never hear that? No. So kamathaha is a turtle and minaha is a fish. So what is the line saying, you know? Varamiha nire kamatho minaha kimvatire sharatakshinaha athava shwapacho malino dinaha tava nahi dure ndrapati kulina. It means it is better to live as a turtle. Listen, very nice. Better to live as a turtle or a fish or sharatakshinaha, a feeble, weak little girgit. You know that girgit? Girgit in your room, you know these little lizard bears walk up like this? That's sharata. Sharata here. Girgit in Hindi. So better to live as a turtle in Ganga, as a fish inside the Ganga, or as a little girgit on the bank, a feeble girgit on the bank, or athava shwapacho malina dinaha. Shwapachaha means one who cooks dog. One who cooks dog. Shwapachaha. No, I'm not saying who, eh? But this is given in Shastras, everywhere this word comes. Meaning, the lowest of the low. That is the meaning. Lowest of the low. It is given for that reason. Let me tell you something. You may not have paid attention to it, but that is there. Still, this kind of hierarchy is still there in Sanatana Dharma. Subconsciously, unconsciously, we still have this hierarchy in our mind. I'll just give you an example. Have you seen some people, I don't know if you have experienced, but people will meet me and they will say, Swamiji, I stopped eating meat now. Have you heard? When people stop eating meat and all? Huh? That means what? Why they come to tell me that they stop eating meat? Because subconsciously for everybody, unconsciously, vegetarianism is a better state to be than meatarianism. Huh? It's better to be a vegetarian than a meatarian. There is no such word as meatarian. I make up that word only. But you know what I mean. Otherwise, they'll not come tell me. See, if that fellow starts drinking, he'll come and tell me, Swamiji, last week I started drinking. You know. Anybody will come to tell? Because that's a lesser state, isn't it? If he stopped drinking, he'll come to tell. Swamiji, I stopped drinking. So at the back of our mind, all of us have this type sort of ranking or echelons in spiritual evolution. And in this regard, when it comes to food, one is, subconsciously we think, one is more evolved if he lives on a vegetarian diet. So he's proud of that. So he quickly wants to tell. He's proud of it. So we have that in our mind. And that is because of sanskarization, because of the culture. The culture is like that. For people in other cultures and all, they have. In fact, that has also picked up in other cultures now also. And among vegetarians, for people who have become vegetarians, now what they have also, well, I am vegan. Yeah, so did that gone one step? Yeah, see, vegan now. Vegan means he doesn't consume any animal products. Not only consume, but promote or buy, purchase also. Like for example, if a shoe is made out of leather, that leather comes from an animal, no, he wear Crocs. Something like that. So he thinks himself to be now, psychologically we all think, he is even at a greater, more sacrifice he has made, he has given up more things, and he makes sure that he doesn't contribute to any animal cruelty in the world and all of that kind of thing. So he's vegan. So vegan, vegetarian, then meatarian, and now in meatarian, they have people who eat certain type of things now. Right? So if you eat this little animals and them, then you're still okay. But if you eat them big animals and them, well, like that, if you start now, and this is ancient Indian tradition, you start with vegan, vegetarian, meatarian, eating few little animals and eating big animals. It means to say that your status in the eyes of the culture, that status goes down. I'm not making up anything, I'm just telling what is there psychologically in a civilization. Right? And in this bottom of this civilization, at the bottom is Swapacha. So one who eats dogs. At the fag end, this is how the civilization has conceptualized this thing. So it's called as Shwapacha. Wait, I lost my verse now. Atava Shwapachaha. Shwapachaha, Swapacho. You'll see that word in your thing. Malina Dinaha. So, what he's saying now? Better to live as a turtle in Ganga, a fish in Ganga, or feeble girgit on the banks of Ganga, or a shwapacha on the bank of Ganga, a dog eater on the bank of Ganga, then, so all this is better than Tavanahi Dure Nripati Kulina. Then a king, this fellow now is living as a king, but he far away from Ganga, he can't see. Dure means far away. Can't see, never seen Ganga. So better to live as one of those things. How many are given? 4. Kamatha means total, Minaha, Girgit, and this Shwapacha. 4 are given. Better to live as one of those than to live as a king away from Ganga. That means what? We saw this before. Tavatata Nikate. Those who live close to the banks of Ganga. Khaluvai Kunte Nivasaha. They live in Vaikunt. One of the previous verses. So, Tavatata Nikate Yasya Nivasaha Khalu Vaikunte Tasya Nivasaha, the previous verse. So the idea is, this civilization has put so much of reverence on Ganga that even if we are in a lower life form like a fish or a turtle or a girgit, better to be there. This sort of line has been taken, and many English statements have been made, or many other statements have been made. For example, better to be in jail with a saint. Better to be in jail with a saint than be free outside with kusangi. Have you heard? They say like that. Kusangi means one who doesn't go to satsang. He goes only to kusang. It's the opposite of satsang. So better to be in jail with a saint than to be free outside jail with a kusangi. That is the idea, the same sort of statement. Varamiha nire kamato minaha kimvatire sharata kshinaha. And see, the words which are given is not to be like a healthy girgit, even a feeble girgit. Still better to be a feeble girgit and live, means what is girgit in English now? How you call that? That's a lizard? House lizard. I don't know. Long time we used to call her buskunya. Buskunya. You never say that? Who ever heard that word before? Raise your hand. Let me see if I is the only person here. I is the only one? What? But I grew up in a Pandit house, so I used to hear all kind of words. Most of the thing I hear, Papa. Buskunya. So anyway, so the house lizard, a feeble one also, living on Ganga par. Better. Athava Ashwapachaha. Now see, all of the words require a lot of reflection. Especially Shwapacha word, because it comes everywhere. There is a wonderful verse, a wonderful scripture called as Manisha Panchakam. In this Manisha Panchakam, I'll tell you a story what happened. We have in our society, you see, I was just relating to you that we have psychologically, this person is at the upper end of the upper echelon of the ladder, right? Like this. The one who is vegan, and then vegetarian, and then meatarian, who eat a small animal, and then meatarian, who eat all the big animal, and then last down below is a one who eats dog. I was telling you just now, that is what we have in our mind. We think that this fellow on the top, he better. But now you think. You think with me now. This fellow on the top, he's a vegan, but he mind dirty. And this fellow on the bottom, he eaten dog, but he's a real nice man and treat everybody nice, and his heart pure. Who better? This is actually teaching of the scripture. So the story is, Bhagavan Shankaracharya was walking one day. This story in Manisha Panchakam. Same Bhagavan Shankaracharya was written this. So the practice in those days is, if a person who is a dog eater, Shwapachaha, right? If he's a dog eater, and this other person is considered to be a holy man, sage, saint, Swami, Brahmana, whatever he's considered, right? Like that. If this Swapacha pass in, and his shadow even fall on this man becomes defiled, impure. He has to go and take a bath. Even his shadow, eh? Not to talk, what about if he touch him now? He had to go and take a bath with disinfect. Even if his shadow falls on him, he has to go and take another bath. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya was such a great enlightened being. And he was coming to Kashi Vishwanath, and this Shwapacha was coming with 4 dogs. Dog eater, he was coming with 4 dogs on leash. So from the distance, Shankaracharya told, get away, move. Move with your 4 dogs. I remember a nice next story. One fellow walking down the road with 4 dogs. Some man said, wow, you have nice dogs there, man. What's their name? He said, this dog named Henry, this dog named David, this dog named Charlie, and this other dog named George. Wow. Your dog have human names? What your name? He said, I name Rover. So anyway, this Shankaracharya meant, get away, loudly like that. Because he just took a bath in Ganga. Those of you who don't know the geography we are talking about, people who were in our last trip and all, you know. Ganga is just a short distance away from now. Prime Minister Modi has made that whole corridor so beautiful. Kya baat hai? He revolutionized all of these things in India. So from Ganga, now there's one straight, direct path to Kashi Vishwanath, Lord Shiva, Darshan. So he took his bath, then he was coming. And already took a bath. Now this Shwapacha's shadow fall on him. Well, he'll have to go back and take another bath. So he shouted, get away. So that Shwapacha said, all right, you're telling me to get away. So I want you to tell me, this body, so just now Tejal was telling, this body is made up of 5 elements, right? Space, air, fire, water, and earth. So the Shwapacha told you, this body is made up of 5 elements, and your body is made up of 5 elements. So you want the space to get away from the space, the air to get away from the air, the water to, the fire to get away from fire, water from water, and earth from earth, or you want the Jiva who is living inside, who is Satchitananda, and the Jiva in you is Satchitananda, you want that Jiva to get away from that Jiva. So what you want to get away from what now? You want these 5 elements to get away from the 5 elements, or you want the Jiva to get away from the Jiva? Because what is this body and what is your body and what is this Jiva and this Jiva, they are one and say, what do you want to get away from what? Tell me first. Well, when Bhagavan Shankaracharya heard this, he immediately prostrated to Shwapacha. He prostrated to Shwapacha because this is a Vedantic question. It's a question of the Upanishads. He prostrated to Shwapacha and said, whoever has this type of knowledge, that person is my guru, whether he'll be a Brahmana or whether he'll be a Shwapacha. He is my guru. And the moment he said that Shwapacha changed into Brahmaji, and the 4 dogs changed into the 4 Vedas. Brahmaji had come there to teach him a little lesson. You see? So, if that understanding is there, that what matters, Kabir Sahib says at one place, don't ask me my birth and my background and this one, ask me about knowledge. So that Ishwapacha had knowledge, so Bhagavan Shankaracharya bowed down to him. The highest knowledge. So, what I said in the beginning is this is what we have in our psychological makeup. What this is person is higher and this one little bit lower and this one lower, and we have high and low in our mind. And high and low we calculate based on all external things. Well, this one eaten this one born in this family, this one have this name. Well, we calculate high and low based on those things. But high and low has to be calculated based on what? The degree of Atma Gyan, how close I am to Atma Gyan. So when Shwapacha also explained this thing to Bhagavan Shankaracharya, he realized that he has Atma Gyan. So he prostrated to him immediately. So they say, Athava, Shwapacha, all those words in the Shastra is like that. You have to, we have to reflect on all of them. Oh? Okay, now, next verse. भो भुवनेश्वरी पुण्ये धन्ये देवी दवमयी मुनिवर कन्ये गङ्गास्तवमिमममलं Gangastavamimamalam nityam Pathati naroya sajayati satyam Jaya Jaya Gange Jaya Hara Gange Jaya Jaya Gange Jaya Hara Gange Jaya Jaya Gange Jaya Hara Gange Jaya Hara Gange Bole Ganga Maiya ki jai Bho Bhuvaneshwari Bho. Bho means O. Bho means O. O Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvana Ishwari. Bhuvana means the whole universe. Bhuvana Ishwari. She is the goddess of the whole universe. Punye Dhanye Devi Dravamai Munivara Kanye. You, Munivara Kanye means Dravamai Munivara Kanye. You are the liquefied form of the Muni's daughter. Muni means Jahnavi. Jahnu Rishi. This story I told you in one of the, maybe the first day or second day. Jahnu Rishi. So she is the liquefied form of the Muni's, Rishi's daughter. Devi, Dhanya you are. Dhanya word we had seen last year. Remember Navadhanya? Blessed, exalted, like that, Dhanya. And Punye. Punye means meritorious. So this is the first line. Second line, Gangastavam Gangastavam imam amalam nityam. All those words are there. In the Sanskrit, sometimes you bite your tongue. See what it says. Gangastavam imam amalam nityam. Try to say. Gangastavam imam amalam nityam. So that's Gangastavam imam amalam nityam. Like all that join up together. And Sanskrit like cooking. Cooking, you know. You're going to cut up green fig. Green fig, you know. Jacket button. Green fig like jacket button. When you're done add all your masala and all your done thing, you can't recognize that thing. You don't know where it is. The button break up too. So Sanskrit also, you add this and add that and do this and do it like cooking. But you have to be able to recognize. So, Gangastavami mamalam nityam patatina yo naro yas sajayati satyam. So the person who chants this Ganga Stotram every day, the one who chants this Ganga Stotram every day, yaha sa naraha jayati satyam. He will surely become victorious. He will surely become successful. That is the idea. The one who chants this Ganga Stotram every day. So this is the literal meaning of the verse. Now see, Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvana. Bhuvana. Bhuvana means all manifested things in the universe. So she is the Ishwari. Now the Devi of the whole manifested universe. So what is the meaning? This Ishwari word, Ish in Sanskrit, Ishwara masculine, Ishwari feminine. Ishwara, Ishwari, masculine, feminine, right? So the Ishwara word comes from a very interesting Sanskrit root, I have to tell you that. It comes, the Sanskrit root, it means, is Ish. Ish means to rule, to govern, to command, all of this. Rule, govern, command. Now, you may not have given enough thought to understand what is the implication of this word, but we cannot live outside Ishvara, Ishwari. Ishvara, Ishwari, both one and same I told you. We cannot live outside Ishvara, Ishwari, because our life is really a bundle of rules. If you really look at the life, you will see it's one rule after the next. Now see, I'll just give you an example. When my sound, I'm talking, when that sound comes to your ear, right, and hits the eardrum, and the auditory nerves there now, they pick up that signal. That signal goes to your brain, electrical signal, right? That goes to your brain. And in the brain, that processing takes place, and then you understand what I am saying. Okay? Well, every single minuscule step, which are numerous in number, just in that simple thing, right? Numerous, we cannot even figure out how many. Modern science also cannot figure out how many. How many steps after that those auditory nerves pick up that signal and go to the brain and gets processed and interpreted and all of that. Whatever that complex thing. This is just one sense organ I'm talking about, and in that sense organ also, I'm just talking about one thing. When I talk and you hear, because the music is a different thing, or vibration is a different thing. And then talking also, another language is a different thing also. But I'm talking English. But that one thing coming to your ear and going to your brain and getting processed and getting interpreted and all of that sort of thing, every step, and the steps are numerous in number, every step is governed by a rule or a law or not. And if that law is broken, when that message is collected by the eardrum, if that law is broken, that signal will go to your toe. What your toe will interpret. The law has to govern the travel of that electrical impulse from the air to the brain. So like that, if you just count and see this universe, I forget inside. Forget inside. This sound is going through here, going through this microphone cord and going to the amplifier, like here and there, getting amplified. From there goes to another wire to the speaker boxes. Speaker boxes send out a vibration. The vibration goes to the air, this air, and then comes to your air. So that also is governed by rules. Even from the speaker box to here, that is governed by rules. And do you know how many, the scriptures tell, and you have not thought about it, but really, how many rules are there like that in the universe? Literally, the number is infinite. Infinite. Air particles have to hit one another and transfer the vibration from one to the next, or whatever. But all the laws, see, when it says this particle hits this particle with a certain frequency or whatever, yes, that has to pick, that particle now has to keep the same frequency and transfer it to the next one. Suppose one of the fella defect in the middle. Actually, if you really think about this one word, Ishwara, Ishwari, you'll realize that the whole universe is made up of nothing but laws, rules. Rules, you rule countless, infinite in number. And you or me or nobody in this world could break any of those rules. You can't break. For example, you are born young and you become old. Rule now, there's a rule or not? You're born young and become old. You could change? Change the rule, let me see. You're born old. So they come pick you up in an old age home and bring you home now. Instead of pick you up in a hospital, pick you up in a old age home and they bring you home now. And suddenly you start getting back your teeth. Because when they pick you up there, you have no teeth. Suddenly you start getting back your teeth, your hair come back. First it come back grey. Then after a while your hair start to get black. This could be an amazing thing. Then all the wrinkles and start to go away. And you couldn't see before, now you suddenly start to see now. And when they bring you home, you're walking with a stick. After a little 5 years pass, you give up the stick and thing. Can you imagine a world like this? Instead of going from born young and become old, you go in the other way now. Anybody could make it? Change it. The rule is, you are born this side and go that side. We can't change it. And like that, countless rules. Countless rules. Infinite. So all those rules put together, infinite and limitless, from this side of the universe to the other side, everywhere the rules are working. That infinite body of rules which govern everything, from every little atom to every amoeba, single cell organism, to big dinosaurs. Every rule put together, a big body of rules, infinite number, is called as Ishwara, or in feminine name, Ishwari. Now see that? Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvana Ishwari. She is the body of rules, laws, and all principles that govern the entire Bhuvana, the entire manifested universe. Bhuvana means the entire manifested universe. And actually, life will be much easier for everybody. Life will be much stress-free, more stress-free for everybody and all that, if you just come into the universe, see all the rules, means learn them and work with them. What happens to us? We don't like to accept the rules. First of all, biggest problem, we don't figure out any of the rules. Second, when we somehow superficially recognize some of them, we want to change them. And third, when trying to change them, trying, we fail, because I just told you nobody could change the rules. Trying to change them, then what? Stress, misery, sorrow, one after the next. And then this thing flows over into all vices of human beings. Let me just give you a simple example. Please pay attention to this. All this what I just said in example form now. See, after some time, the rule says this black hair will become gray, isn't it? Take it. But that's the rule. You didn't make it. You came here and found it, correct? We didn't make it. So now, when I reach 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever, I see one gray hair come. So then what you do? Then you go on by the Baba next time to cut your hair again. He see 3 now. 3 gray hair now. You tell him, the Baba say, but boy, if I continue like that, when you come next time, I won't have no hair to cut. So you say, okay, leave it, don't pull it out. You tell the Baba, don't pull it out. Huh? So what you doing? Leave the Baba shop now. He gone down by the beauty salon. Or wherever it has go, I don't know where it has go. He gone down there now. Tell the man. He said, dye this hair. Because the hair died, you know. Living hair died. So he said, dye this hair. And nowadays with modern technology, they pull out a chart, like a paint chart when you go in the hardware to buy paint, he asked, you know. He asked you which color you want here. Green and purple, and you want, you know, mohawk style or what style you want, or anything that you want, you know. So anyway, so what I'm saying now, the rule is after some time the black hair will become gray, correct? Or white, whatever I call it, silver. People like to say silver because that gives some kind of status, you know, whatever. So anyway, if I had accepted the rule, I would have been a happy person. But the moment I start seeing gray hairs coming now, I didn't accept the rule, I start getting, again old, you know. I start getting worried. That's the next rule. Because I just told you, you're born young and you become old. But he accepts that also. So the non-acceptance now start leading to worry and stress. And in order to alleviate this worry and stress now, go along by the beauty salon and tell, now you're diet. So that somehow will protect the image. So the diet, but you know what, when you did not accept the rule in the first place, now you are contributing to a string of things that eventually lead to all sorts of problems, and this is where the human species is today. I'm just giving one example of a simple thing of dyeing hair. Now, the beauty salon has to get the dye from somewhere. That dye has to have mass production. So you're contributing to mass production, which is a strain on the earth because we are using non-renewable energy sources for mass production. So one simple thing of not accepting a simple rule, now you have now gone into a string of things to which you are contributing to the decadence of the whole earth. And like that, we do that with every single aspect of our life. But these are the vices of the human species, modern human species. Because they have to, and to make dye is not any simple thing. The type of chemical process for making that. Because when you use natural dye like uku and I don't know what, one bath you take, that will wash out. They have to get strong chemical dye. Huh? They have to make big factories. And you have workers who work in chemical factories. Their health gets ruined by the time they are 40. You are contributing to where it all started. Because there's a rule. You came here and met the rule, but you did not accept the rule. You did not work that rule into your life and accept, it like that. A million, billion, gazillion people have come before me and they have all followed the same rule. What is there? So, when we just take this one word, she called it Bhuvan Ishwari. Bhuvan Ishwari. She is the whole body of all the countless rules, and you can make your life very stress-free, very simple, very happy if you just accept the rules. These are the rules of the universe. I came here, I met them, I did not create them. This is the way they are. We have fallen prey to a whole big, complex pattern of human behavior and lifestyle that is all predicated on the total destruction of the world only. Where I'm supposed to contribute to the world, I'm contributing to the destruction of the world in all our vices, human vices. Amazing thing. Bhuvaneshwari, the Ishwari of the whole Bhuvana, she is called. Punye Dhanye, she Punya. Means to say, to go and take a dip in Ganga, to worship Ganga, to sing this Ganga Stotram, the next line says, to sing this Ganga Stotram every day is Punya Karma. Punya Karma. So we can engage in Papa Karma or we can engage in Punya Karma. Papa is, not good. Punya is good. So anything associated with Ganga is Punya. And Dhanye, she is blessed. And we take a dip in Ganga also, we become blessed. Or we worship the Devi, we meditate on the Devi, we also become blessed. Because if you, in the kitchen, especially fireside kitchen like long ago, but you can't cook in a fireside kitchen without getting karika on your hand. Karika, you know? Karika is the suit. In Guyana called black pot. Yeah, black pot. But you can't cook in a fireside kitchen without getting black pot on your hand. How you must get. At some point. If you don't know, come to Tapovan with me. Come to Tapovan. One day aloo, potato, I don't peel it. I take a scrubbing brush and scrub it, scrub out the dirt. That is all. The only dirt you have to get out. There's nothing really. So I buy a nice little scrubbing brush here. And I take it to Tapovan ashram. So next day now I take a scrubbing brush and I scrub the aloo. The aloo get black now. The person before me, he take my scrubbing brush and scrub the pot. And the bristles in the scrubbing brush black. It came black now. It's black bristles. So when he scrubbed the black part, I didn't know. Yeah. So when I scrub the aloo now I have to end up peeling the aloo now. Because the aloo get black. But anyway, if you're in the kitchen with a chulha, you will get soot on your clothes and your skin. You must get. Well, in the very same way, that is called the power in Shastra. It is called as Sangadosha. This is an actual word called Sangadosha. Sangadosha means the defect of association. The defect of association. Because if you associate with soot in a kitchen, you will get soot. In the very same way, there is the benefit of Dhanya Sangha. So Dhanya is coming, no? If we associate with the fortunate ones, we associate with the blessed ones, we associate with the learned ones, we associate with the holy ones. Well, just like how the soot will rub off on you there, the holiness will rub off on you here. That is the idea. Because Sangha has that power. Association. That is why we keep telling you, please pay attention to who your children associate with, who are their friends. Because in simple Trini street language, we just say, friend that take you but they don't bring you back. You ever hear that? friend that take you where they don't bring you back. Be careful. That is why we are encouraging people everywhere. Because the school environments now, not only in this country, in America, in Canada, everywhere, the school environment, public schools, the environment is very, very bad. Do you know the degree of movement of people who belong to the Indian diaspora in America? They keep moving across America like this. Because as soon as they hear that district have very nice schools, all of them migrate there. All of them migrate to that district. And if that school, the standard goes down, they migrate out of there and they look for another district. And that is going on big time in the US. Because they understand that schooling and association for children at that age, right environment and all of that, that thing is critical. The moment you go into the wrong environment, oh. So associate, she's called as Dhanya. Dhanya it will be, not Bandhanya. Trini knows this Bandhanya thing. Oh God, just yesterday somebody told me, Swamiji, I was in Guyana, I couldn't find Bandhanya anywhere. So when you go in Guyana also looking for, you could take a Trini out of Trinidad, but you can't take Bandhanya out of your life. Anyway, Dhanya she's called. Devi Dravamayi Munivara Kanya. This is symbolic statement. Devi Dravamayi Munivara Kanya. Means to say, Munis, Rishis, Sadhus, saints, sages, whatever all words you want to use, right? They are characterized by their infinite compassion. They are known for their infinite compassion. Sadhus live. Saints and sadhus live for the benefit of the world only. They have nothing to live for in their life. See, ordinary people have their house to live for, their children, their car, their mother, father, all. They have so many things, bank account, you have to take care, in land, property. They have to make will. And disburse property and all. Ordinary people have so many things to live for. But saints, sadhus, mahatmas and all, they have no what? Nothing. You have nothing to will. When Mahatma Gandhi died, he had 5 objects. He had a walking stick. And you know the round glasses? And a watch. And you know that angavastra, that cloth he used to. And one more little some object, I don't remember. Huh? A plate. So he had to write a will for that. I will that my glasses should go to British Museum. It must have gone, you don't know. They may have taken it because they took so many things. So anyway, they live for the benefit of others. Parasadhnoti iti sadhu. Sadhu is defined as parasadhnoti, who achieves the objectives of other people. Because he himself has nothing to achieve. Nothing to pursue, nothing to get, nothing to retrieve, nothing to acquire, nothing. So he lives for the benefit of others. So this is the characteristic of a saint, this the Muni, the Rishi. So here he says, now, the Ganga is the Dravamayi. Dravamayi means liquefied form. Liquefied form. She is the liquefied form of the compassion, the inherent, intrinsic, natural compassion of the saint. That is the idea. So if a saint were to melt away, he will change only into compassion. And she is that liquefied form of that compassion. How the lines are all put together so nicely. And then Ganga stavami mamamalam nityam patati naro yas sajayati satyam. So then what we have to do, chant this Ganga Stotram every day. Every day at least once. If you don't know how to chant, you come to the ashram. Come to the ashram. Sharon does chant it every single day. All people who live in the ashram, they know it. By force also. I think his poodle, the dog, knows because he ride and he hearing that every day. For the whole life. Whole life he hearing that. Ganga Stotram. And it's called Stavam Imam Amalam. There's one additional ma in there. Ganga Stavam Imam Amalam. Correct. No extra. My print correct. Nityam, every day. Nitya means every day. We have, Nitya means eternally. Nitya means eternally. But when used in this type of context, like we have Nitya Karma. Nitya Karma means what you are supposed to do every day. So Nitya is also used for daily. Rose. Rose in Hindi. Pathati. Now see that it says Pathati. Pathati means not only to chant, but to study. Now in these last few days we have been studying. Naro. Naro also means Nari. Nara means man. Here it says Naraha, man. But man, woman, child, anybody. Yeah, Sajayati Satyam. He Satyam Jayati. Satyam Jayati. Certainly, definitely, he will achieve success. Or he will achieve victory. Now, this is a very important point. And last point, and then we'll close for tonight. When we talk about victory or any achievement or any acquisition in Shastra, please remember, Hindu Shastras is not about acquiring this thing and acquiring that material thing or the other thing. We mean to say mukti. Please pay attention to this. For becoming rich, for getting property, for getting objects in this world, car, house, land, this, that, you don't need Shastras. You don't need Shastras. There are many atheists, countless millions of atheists in this world. They have everything. They never read Shastras. So Hindu Shastras is not to be brought down to that level of what we call superficiality. Hindu Shastras are not meant for you to, Swamiji, tell me a mantra now, I want to win the lottery. Hindu Shastra is not about this. Come, I do a puja for you. You get some money. Do puja to get money. Read, study scriptures to win the lottery. That is bringing the religion down to the basis level. Anybody who's doing that. You don't need any of these scriptures. Otherwise, you just be honest, sincere. If you want to become rich, work hard. Bus. Work hard. Many atheists have done it. They didn't need Shastras. So when we say that you achieve success in Shastra, like here, Sajayati Satyam, true success, we mean to say he attains mukti. Hindu Shastra is about mukti. Please don't forget this one word. Hindu Shastras have no other goal. The goal is mukti, enlightenment, realization, God realization, merging with God. All the other things, you don't need Shastras. You could go and do it easily. Work hard, be sincere, get up in time, do your duty, whatever you're supposed to do, go on, do it. You need no Shastras for that. Alright. So, the one who chants this Ganga Stotram every day, he will attain mukti. That is to be translated as that. He will attain mukti. And the Shastras say, if we have not attained mukti, then we have wasted one more life. You have to strive hard for mukti. One more life has, that's why Tulsi Das ji, right? Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Bare bhag manush tan pawa. साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा बड़े भाग मानुष तन पावा साधन धाम मोक्ष कर द्वारा Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. See, the scripture is telling that we got this human body, and that is such a great blessing because it is sadhana dham moksha kara dwara. It is the abode where we can do sadhanas, and it is the doorway to moksha. So in this lifetime we have to strive for moksha. So the cockroach came to tell me that it's true. Because I in a cockroach body and I can't do no sadhana and I can get no mukti. But bare bhagya manushatana pava. Fortunate we are to have this human body. He came to show that I have a cockroach body. Cockroach body can't allow him to do sadhana and get mukti. That is the idea. All right. So this is the jayati, the success or the victory that we talk about in scriptures. Sajayati satyam. All right. I stop tonight, and tomorrow we'll have a concluding night. Quickly, I'll tell some announcements. I tell you, this has to be my favorite book in Chinmay Mission. I recommended this book everywhere I go. If you have not read this book, please let me tell you, read it, and also you buy one and give it to a friend or whoever you like. It is a blessing you will give to them. This book is called Kindle Life. Just 2 days ago, we had a Zoom meeting with Mukhya Swamiji, our head of Chinmay Mission, and all acharyas of the mission. And this book came up for discussion again among all the Swamis. Those of you who are sitting here who have not read it, please you take it and read it slowly, slowly, slowly. Go through all the lines. It's the most wonderful, it's a life-transforming book. Kindle Life. Please see it. Okay. And then there's Hymn to Ganga by our Swami Tapovanji Maharaj, our grand Swamiji. Gurudev is our father, he is our grandfather. Please see this. Written a hymn to Gangaji. And Glorious Ganga, Gracious Guru for children. So many children titles are there. So please take a look. The bookstall is on this side here. All right. Okay. This is an envelope provided to those who want to give some Guru Dakshina. Will be collected tomorrow. And if you're not coming tomorrow and you want to give today also, that is fine. Guru Dakshina envelope, those who want to make some contribution. Okay. It's a blessing also to make contribution. A very special thank you to Anandji, Anand Ganesh and family for hosting tonight's satsang. And it is a great, great blessing to host one of these satsang. Actually, the family gets blessings because the family hosted the satsang. Right? If a family does some satsang at their home, they get blessing. But they also get blessing because of all the people they assisted in coming here to listen to Shastras. So additional blessing. Satsang is one thing, but facilitating other people's evolution, that is a big, big thing. Facilitating other people's evolution. That is wonderful. Alright, Diwali Yajna, Nagar Yajna started yesterday and it will continue till 27th. If you have time, you please come on down to the Diwali Nagar, to the Yajna. Okay. Diwali Dosa Day on the 29th of this month. Diwali Dosa Day. Come and try out a dosa. 11 varieties of dosas. Then pav bhaji will be there. And cream cheese wontons. The Diwali Utsav at our Chinmay Vidyalaya Sant Tulsidas campus is on the 9th of November at 6 p.m. Please come. And I spoke already about people who are contemplating and sending their children to schools. Please choose well. All right. Okay. Garam Masala restaurant is providing for the Navaratri period and all this Diwali time and all people who want no salt meals and all that you can order. And there are paneer burger combos and different things there at Garam Masala. Please check out Garam Masala. Okay. We want to call on Anandji to receive a small token from Chinmay Mission side. Okay. All right. We have to start for the Arati. Let us all stand for Arati and we'll complete this. Om Jai Gange Mata Maya Jai Gange Mata Jo Nar Tumko Dhyata Jo Nar Tumko Dhyata Manvanchit Phal Pata Om Jai Gange Mata तुम्हारी जल निर्मल आता मैया चरण परे जो तेरी तो नर तर जाता पुत्र सगर के तारे सब जग को ज्ञाता मैया सब जग को ज्ञाता कृपा दृष्टि हो तुम्हारी कृपा दृष्टि हो तुम्हारी त्रिभुवन सुखदाता एक बार ही जो तेरी शरणागति आता मैया यम की त्रास मिटा कर परम गति पाता आरती मात तुम्हारी जो जन नित गाता मैया दास वही सह वही सहज में मुक्ति को पाता। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुड़ ध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं मंगलाय तनो हरि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ॐ। बोले गंगा मैया की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते, हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। Tomorrow's Satsang is at the temple. Tomorrow night is at the temple.
देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरल तरंगे। देवी सुरेश्वरी भगवती गंगे त्रिभुवन तारिणी तरल तरंगे। शंकर मौलि विहारिणि विमले मम मतिरास्तां तव पद कमले। भागीरथि सुखदायिनि मातः तव जल महिमा निगमे ख्यातः। नाहं जाने तव महिमानं पाहि कृपामयि मम ज्ञानिं। जय जय गंगे जय हर गंगे, जय जय गंगे जय हर गंगे। हरिपद पाद्य तरंगिणी गंगे हिमविधुमुक्ता धवल तरंगे। दूरे कुरु मम दुष्कृति भारं, कुरु कृपया भवसागर पारं। तव जलममलं येन निपीतं परमपदं खलु तेन गृहीतं। हर गंगे। चेन्मातः स्रोतः स्नातः पुनरपि जठरे सोऽपि न जातः नरकनिवारिणि जाह्नवी गङ्गे कलुषविनाशिनि महिमोत्तुङ्गे पुनरसदङ्गे पुण्यतरङ्गे जय जय जाह्नवी करुणापाङ्गे चरणे सुखदे शुभदे भृत्यशरण्ये जय जय गंगे जय हर गंगे जय जय गंगे जय हर गंगे। शोकं तापं पापं हर मे भगवति कुमति कलापं त्रिभुवनसारे वसुधाहारे त्वमसि गतिर्मम खलु संसारे अलकानन्दे परमानन्दे कुरु करुणामयि कादरवन्दे तव तटनिकटे खलु वैकुण्ठे तस्य निवासः जय जय गङ्गे जय हर गङ्गे जय जय गङ्गे जय हर गङ्गे। वरमिह नीरे कमठो मीनः किं वा तीरे शरटः क्षीणः अथवा श्वपचो मलिनो दीनस्तव नहि दूरेन्द्रपतिकुलीनः भूभुवनेश्वरि पुण्ये धन्ये देवि द्रवमयि मुनिवरकन्ये गङ्गास्तवमिममलं नित्यं पठति नरो यः स जयति सत्यं येषां हृदये गङ्गा भक्तिः तेषां भवति सदा सुखमुक्तिः मधुराकान्तापज्झटिकाभिः परमानन्दकलितललिताभिः जय जय गङ्गे जय हर गङ्गे जय जय गङ्गे जय हर गङ्गे जय जय गङ्गे जय हर गङ्गे जय जय गङ्गे जय हर गङ्गे। गङ्गास्तोत्रमिदं भवसारम् वाञ्छितफलदं विमलं सारम् शङ्करसेवक शङ्कररचितम् पठति सुखीस्तव इति च समाप्तः।